are so many things that I've not written, and that I'll never write now. I've written only that first time in Paris. The Paris that I loved. The Place Contrescarpe, where the flower sellers dyed their flowers in the street. The dye ran purple over the paving stones where the autobus started. And the children played in the streets in the spring sunshine. And the wooden coal man's place. He sold wine, too. Bad wine. And the Golden Horse's head outside the Boucherie Chevaline, where the carcasses hung yellow, gold, and red in the window. And the green-painted cooperative where we bought our wine. Good wine and cheap. Our apartment was a room and a half. There I did my work, and Cynthia took up housekeeping. And together we did all of the things which go to make up living.
Harry. Harry.
Huh?
Darling. Your breakfast is ready. Hello.
Hello. We knew our neighbors in that quarter. We were all poor, and in that poverty and in that quarter, I finished that first book. A good book. The start of all I thought I was to do. And I called it The Lost Generation. Not knowing at the time how much it was about my Cynthia.
Harry!
Darling, it's been accepted.
What?
Your very first book, and it's going to be published.
No.
Yes, so now we can get that.
How much is the advance? The check.
Oh,
check.
oh.
How much?
It isn't so very much, but it isn't so little either.
Oh, well, you're right. It isn't so very much. It'll do. We pinch.
Oh, darling, now we can get that lovely apartment on the Seine.
Now we can go to Africa. Oh. And there never was another time for me like that first time in Africa.
Three of them. A bull and 2 cows. Good.
Ndume bwana. Msuri sana.
He says he's a fine bull.
I know what he says. When do we get going?
We'll get downwind and work up on him. Don't you think it's time the Mem Sahib had the first shot?
What?
Oh, no, I don't want it.
How correct you are, Mr. Johnson.
No, I definitely don't want
Come
it.
on, you'll do it marvelously. Bunduki now, Mem Sahib.
Come on, he's all yours. Now, take it easy. Just imagine he's a tin can in the camp.
But he's not a tin can. Harry, I don't want to do
Shoot
it.
low at this distance.
Careful, don't spook him.
Now, just set him squarely in your sights. Freeze yourself and squeeze.
Dearest Harry, please shut up.
Come on, hurry up. Will you shoot the... You missed.
I told you I didn't want to do it.
No harm done. Everybody misses. Me for magic.
I never claimed I was a hunter. You're the hunter. Yes, and you. The great white hunter.
Sure. Come on, Annie Oakley. Have yourself a drink.
Don't let the master ride you.
Well, shall we get going?
He took cover there.
What do you mean, get going?
Where will he break out, do you think?
I won't go, and I don't want you to. I'm frightened.
Well, you probably scared him half to death. There won't be anything to it.
All right, then. If you're going, so am I.
Oh, no, you're not. Is she, Mr. Johnson?
You married her.
You're going to stay here with Simba. I was only having fun.
Harry, don't you want to kiss me?
Kiss you goodbye? Well, aren't you extravagant? You stay here and be brave.
Simba, mem sahib la haka na.
Kifaro, Mensa. Kifaro.
Harry! Harry! Harry!
Now go back! Go back!
Harry!
Look lively. Look lively.
Abana! Abana! Rudy, Mensa! Rudy! Mensa!
Harry!
Funny moment when an animal comes out of the bush at you. A million things seem to happen at once. Is it always like that?
It's very simple. Either you run or you get busy.
It's not at all simple. You could write a lot about it if you could get it just right. Different feelings at the different times. Today it was like an explosion of purest joy. It was like a dam bursting.
Why is it everyone who comes to Africa has to write a book about it? One silly beggar even dedicated his to me. Never came back or I'd have shot him in the pants.
Can't you two let it alone, even at night?
We're only talking about your rhino.
He wasn't mine.
Well, it was all yours. All we did was polish him off for you. Anybody want another look at that horn? It's a pretty good horn.
What's the matter with me, Mr. Johnson?
Everybody isn't required to like Africa, you know.
I try to put up a show because I know he loves it so. But all of it, the hunting, the killing, it terrifies me.
See here, this thing that he was talking about, excitement, call it courage. The way he feels it is a man's feeling, natural in a man. Grows in a man and makes him a man. Not particularly to his credit if he has it, but something lacking if he hasn't. A woman shows her courage in other ways, many ways.
I've got another fear now. Worse. I'm going to have a baby.
What?
We came to Africa for trophies. Harry's got his and I've got mine.
Well, it's natural enough, isn't it?
Shall I tell him? What'll he think? Mr. Johnson, when I first met Harry, how's your drink?
No, thanks.
Well, that's some. All my life, I'd just been drifting. Nobody, no place. I guess you'd say I had no personal security. But when I first got to know Harry, you could have seen him in Paris. Have you ever been to Paris, Mr. Johnson?
No. Unnatural, maybe, but I never had the desire.
Makes no difference. You've seen him here. Well, there was I, weak and needing. And there was he, strong and confident. And every bit of me said this is all of it. And when we first went to live at his place, I was happy just to sit and watch him as much as I could. Content to just sit still and hold on to my feeling of safety. But Harry was never still, even when he worked. No sooner had he finished his first book than he said we were going to Africa. I didn't want to stir, but I felt that if I told him so, I'd lose something. And now he's already talking about other places. And if I tell him about this anchor, this child, this load of responsibility, it isn't things I want. Believe me, nothing like it, but only him as a rock to hold on to. So, shall I tell him now and risk beginning to lose him, or put it off and see if something happens?
Isn't it enough I have to guide you greenhorns on safari? Am I hired to be an old nurse, too?
Be Mr. Johnson, my friend.
Really?
Please.
Well, see here, I'm just a hunter. I can only say it the way I know how. But it's when you run away you're most liable to stumble.
Well, they may have better horns in museums, but 33 inches is nothing to be ashamed of.
Good night.
Good
Night.
night.
Now, what's the matter with him?
He's going to bed.
Oh, it's too early. I feel too good. Oh, I wonder if there'll ever be another time as good as this.
Harry.
Listen, just listen. Bedtime lullaby, eh? There's an awful lot of everything there is in this. Hunger, love, hate, fright.